Hello. It's been a week since we last did this. It didn't feel like it's been that long, honestly. So, kinda glad that I can get back into my weekly rhythm. This week, we're gonna be trying to power through a, somewhat of a commission. It's primarily, art for an adventure that was written on another stream that I will link to maybe later. But it's all about mythologies and trying to bring awareness to BIPOC and queer creators. So this one in particular is written by someone who is Native American, and I have the honor to be allowed to draw for it. These commissions I'm getting paid for, obviously, and the funds for my payment do come from a charity called FIG, or Foundation for Inclusivity in Gaming, which if you use the ! charity command in chat, you'll get some more info about that, and you'll be able to kind of read about a little bit about the charity and how to support them and where to support them and all that. They're still pretty new, so right now I know all of the funds go towards paying artists like me to do art for these adventures, and I'm pretty sure they're also getting started on all of the legal stuff to become a fully recognized charity. Hi, Rowan. I'm just kind of going over some of the subject matter and reason for this stream. Primarily being the fact that this is somewhat funded by a charity, and I do kind of want to give back by, basically if you use the charity command, you'll get some info about it and where to donate, and kind of hoping to make this a thing every other week, maybe once a month, where I have a stream specifically dedicated to working on art for the adventures written for this charity, as well as just like supporting them. Still new charity. They're going through the legal mumbo jumbo right now to become like a fully recognized one. But yeah, so far all of the funds are to pay artists like me who are doing art for these adventures. And yeah, today's adventure is written by a Native American person, and it's a murder mystery of sorts, and I have the honor to draw for it. I have the sketches here ready. They're already signed off on, like I'm good to go. And basically we've got a flying head, which has a name. I'm just not good at pronouncing that. It has a specific name in like one of the many Native American tongues. I don't quite know all of the details in regards to that, but this is one of the creatures you can encounter in the adventure. Then we've got just like an item that is very prevalent in this murder mystery, aka a let me see, what did they call it? It is a an axe that's Native American in design. I was asked specifically to include some of the hair from the flying head creature. Then we've got an NPC who is the leader of the tribe where this is taking place. And then obviously the cover, which I am furthest along, but obviously as you can tell, it's still in the sketch phase somewhat. So I'm kinda gonna finish that still. But yeah. I'm very excited to be working with Foundation for Inclusivity in Gaming, and I'm really hoping to make this a what do I call it, like just like a regular thing. Yes, I am very happy with the lighting on this. It's supposed to be, the adventure itself is set in the early morning. So I'm like, okay, might as well give it a little bit of a spooky vibe by the sun just rising. There's still stars. But you have like this red hue going on for, you know, oh no, something's afoot, some mysteries going on. At least that's the idea behind it. I'll probably off stream be putzing about with the lighting afterwards to give my client a couple options to choose from. But yeah, that's basically what we're gonna be trying to finish, all 4 of these. I will start with the easiest one, which is going to be this tomahawk axe situation. Basically, I was told this looks fine as is. I just need to make sure that it looks more weathered, which I can do just fine. I think I might actually make my life a little bit easier by just coloring the sketch and then like using some more of my like painting technique on it. We're gonna be doing that. Gonna turn off the blood. But how are you doing this fine evening, Rowan? Done any fun streams or things recently? Or just like, you know, anything else you want to talk about? Just because like we don't ever really get a chance to talk unless it's on like streams and stuff. Also, I'm trying to attempt to dodge copyright on my videos by using these playlists of somewhat copyrighted music. They're not quite copyright claimed music, but like, you know, I keep getting like the monetization things on YouTube, so I'm trying to see if increasing the speed of the playlists I'm watching is helping. Debating taking a bath or just lying down and playing card game. Honestly, you deserve a bath, especially if you haven't taken one in a while. Like, showers are nice, but like a bath means that you actually treat yourself for once. So I'd consider maybe going for like, you know, nice long bath where you just kind of treat yourself. And then if you still have energy, you can do like 1 or 2 matches of whatever card game you're planning on playing. I took a bath a few days ago. I actually take them pretty often here. Oh, that's good. That's good. It's just like, as far as I know, in like a lot of American cultures, it's not very common to take baths super often. Like, as far as I know, most people, at least here, tend to just take showers, which, you know, is fine, but it feels nice to be able to just, like, relax and have a bath every now and then. I'm looking at this reference I got here just to make sure that... Okay, this is all same color, I see. Baths are normal in Japan and the bathtubs are... Oh god, that sounds so nice. I am so envious, and it's like one of the things when I do move to the States. If I ever own a house, I will. Like, I will make sure that this house has a really deep bathtub. Got a soaking tub. Yeah, that's what they're called. Just like, man. I remember when I lived in Canada, it was just like the most shallow tub ever, and I'm like, how do people take baths in this? Ah! Nightbot was like, haha, I'm using the charity command, but get fucked. Give me a second. I think it's because I have the cooldown. I have cooldown, so give me a second. Nightbot. I always mess up. It worked when I was testing it, but I think it might have something to do with the command being on cooldown. Yeah. Oh, hello, Cuppy! Ah, what do you mean? You're still subscribed to me? I barely stream. Cuppy, please! Here, sorry, I need to fix the command real quick so that people can do it whenever. Cooldown. It's supposed to have a 5-second cooldown. Also, yes, what's up, Rowan? I can hang like 10 minutes. We love you. Thank you. I appreciate you big time. I'm sorry, I'm fixing my bot real quick because love's going ham. Let's chat let's do. Did I? Does the bot just not have permission to use the command? What the hell? It do be like that, huh? Charity. Everyone. Cool down 5 seconds. I don't know why it didn't work. Whatever. I fixed the bot later. This is gonna bother me for so long, but yeah, Kapi, how are you doing? Good morning. Oh, I know why. Alias Charity. There we go. Except to my friends now too. I appreciate. I need to figure out how to make the transition a bit smoother, but I appreciate you all. I need to fix the I need to change emotes still and add more to like have some follower emotes as well as the special group ones that people can use. But thank you, I appreciate you all. But either way, just gonna try and finish this up. We've got GIF emotes. Yeah, I gotta draw so much for when I have so many things I need to draw still. Like, I wanna redo some of the graphics design down on my Twitch page, like the little buttons and stuff, and I want to add a proper BRB screen, and then I'm getting a BGM soon, finally, and yeah. Lots of fun things, but man, it's so much work to set everything up. I really, what's it called? I really admire people who actually manage to do this as their job. Because, God, it is difficult. As long as you're having fun. I do have fun. It is definitely easier when there's, like, you know, friends hanging out and chat and stuff, and it's, like, people I know. It just makes things a little bit easier. Okay, and then we're gonna... red beads. I definitely want to power through these commissions today just because I do love art, but man, I like being done with things even more. Okay. So basic sketch for basic, what would you call that? Flat coloring. Done for this. At least I know my capabilities as an artist and know how long things take me. Hence why I felt fairly confident saying, okay, I can finish all 4 of these artworks today. Maybe not completely finish them, but like, you know, get them to a point where I can send them to the writer again for some last second feedback. Also, I read the entire adventure and it's really good. I'm just dummy and kinda, I wish I could talk a little bit more about it, but because it is, because it's like, you know, it's a murder mystery. I can't really go too much in depth about like the plot or anything because that's spoilers. I'm gonna like that. Then the actual, like, what's this, metal? Let me look at my reference. So many people are so scared of using references, but honestly, it's good to use references. And I'm trying to make it a point to kinda be very direct about the fact that I'm using references. Just to kind of like normalize that. Something like that. And then I can go in with this brush and just kind of refine all of these really intense shadows. Feather, I touch. Yeah, I will try my best to make it look as soft as possible. Because I feel like that's what would make sense, obviously. Metal is always such a weird thing to like color because on one hand it is very easy to like make something look shiny, but to make the metal look like it's actually refracting light properly, that's so difficult, and I am struggling a little bit here. But I think in the end it's just gonna like, it's gonna look fine. I'm also really excited to do more art of like these adventures. The last one I did was Indonesian inspired. So I got to like try out some new art styles and things and like draw stuff from Indonesian mythology, which I never actually get around to in my normal life. And doing the research for that was really enlightening. I learned so many new and cool things. Which is honestly why I really like doing art for anything like mythology related, because it's like you just learn so much about like cultures you're not part of and you're still allowed to like share in that. gonna try and make this axe look a little bit weathered by adding a little bit of like just cross-hatching to kind of show that it's like all scratched up. It's a really subtle detail that you probably won't really be able to see for the most part, but it's like, you know, it's just a nice thing to include. Hatching, haha, hatchet, oh my god. I am accidentally the funniest person. This is indeed a joke, but it happens every now and then that like I accidentally make puns that would be really funny if they were on purpose. Okay, this is the layer with the feather. So we're gonna go all out on this one. I love drawing feathers. It is so fun. Because like you can do so much with the textures on objects like feathers and like the little patterns and stuff. Alrighty. Dark color. And then we need like a mid-tone here to just kind of like blend all that in. And then some highlights. Something like this. Not perfect, but it brings the point across that this is a feather. I'll kind of, I think blending it out might help a little bit. There we go. That's looking more to my liking. Then next up we got, let's see, the handle, which of course I did all of that on one layer, like the genius that I am. And that was sarcasm if that wasn't clear. I do need to be more careful with how I, not sketch, but with how I divide up my layers. It's happened way too often recently that I put things on the same layer when they were not supposed to be. Okay, something like that, and then I'm very carefully gonna color all that in. Hello, Static. Hello, hello. We are doing some art for an adventure. This is our first piece. Followed after this, we have this flying head we gotta color. We gotta finish up this NPC, and we gotta actually finish up the cover. And I plan on doing all of that in one stream, if I can manage somehow. But how have you been? How are you doing? I hope life is treating you well. There you go, I think that looks fine. Next up, I do need to add a little bit of shading on these, like metal buttons. And then we're gonna hard light on this thing. Adventure title, 10 out of 10 title. Yeah, I don't know the title for these adventures. I think they're decided towards like the very end of the editing process, at which point, you know, my art will be done. Someone else is actually taking care of doing the layout and all that. So I just kind of, you know, provide where stuff should go and try to make the job for the layout person as easy as possible. Kind of wish I knew what some of these adventures were called in advance, because then I could do some like puns and detail work in the artworks, but oh well. I'll add the blood splatters at the end, I think. Merge all that up. Is this for D&D? Yes, it is actually. It is for a, like, indie tabletop RPG adventure, written for 5e. And, it's all about, like, it's a murder mystery, inspired by Native American culture. So someone who is Native American wrote the adventure and I was tasked with doing the art for it. And yeah. Because of the workflow of this, I don't really, like, you know, I have about 4 weeks to do the art. I try to be done way sooner just so that I can focus on my own things. But that's why I often don't know the adventure titles and stuff, just because, like, you know, I'm long done by then. Oh man, I haven't played D&D since the pandemic started. God, that sounds so awful. D&D is like half of my personality. And obviously it's like a huge part of my job. Maybe see if you can like find an online group you'd vibe with, or like that you can like schedule stuff with. It's what's kind of like kept me and a couple friends afloat. We all just like decided, haha, we're just gonna do online games. Like, with the panini happening, sorry, I should probably take this more seriously, but with the pandemic happening, obviously, like, lots of websites kind of stepped up and tried to make tabletop RPGs more accessible for those who can't play in person. Completely forgot to color these beads, but oh well. Something like that. Roll 20 pog. I'm more of okay. Yeah, I'm more of a play with friends IRL because we all get drunk playing it. That's fair. I mean, theoretically, you could still get drunk playing it online. You just kind of have to coordinate a little bit better, but yeah. My last character was a bullywug bard. Oh, I love bullywugs. Cute little frog boys. Well, cute subjective, but at least if I remember that's what bullywugs were, right? Yes, frog people. Frogs. Also, yes, Rowan, that is what I called it. Yeah, I wanted to be a froggy. Honestly, I am always... It makes me so happy when I see people play more out there heritages and races. Like, I'm way too set in playing my, like... my gay trifecta of races, aka, ASMR Tiefling Ganassi. But it always makes me happy to see, like, other players play some stuff that's more quote-unquote out there. Sorry, I'm trying to focus on this line art. Quote-unquote line art, real quick. Before I get back to reading chat. Okay, something like that. Okay. Nightbot. Oh, my tracking broke. There we go. At least Nightbot fixed its commands, so that makes me happy. It depends on how high the fantasy is, otherwise I would pick a dwarf or something. Yeah. I definitely... I've noticed that the more high fantasy a setting or like campaign is, the more tempted I am to go for something that's a little bit more out there. Whereas if it's like low fantasy and stuff, I tend to go for more like humans and stuff. I love the texture of this axe blade. Thank you! I am trying really hard to like, you know, make it obvious that it's kind of like a little bit battle damaged. And then like, I wanna show that like it has some hair of this creature stuck in it. Obviously, I don't know how much we'll be able to see at the end of it, but okay. Let's add blood. I just want to play a bubble. Oh my god, why is my tracking breaking so often today? Okay, there we go. I just want to play a bubble prince. Ah. I wish there were more rules for like, you know, water related things and stuff. Okay, I wanna try this brush I got. It's meant for clouds, but I have learned that clouds are perfect for blood splatters. Ah, yes, this is the perfect one. And then what I can do is multiply it a little bit to... I do like the way this looks, but I kind of want to play around with some of the color modes real quick first. Lumpy Space Princess God. You're making me want to... Okay, so I'm gonna be joining this one-shot that is basically gonna be set during a summer camp. And now instead of a Chuny, I'm like, okay, what if I played like this very preppy character who is like all about sparkles and bubbles and adorable things? Oh no. There we go. I think this shows the vibe of Murder Weapon fairly well. And then to... Okay. I can make this look good. Something like this. Okay, there we go. Item number 1 done. Next up, whoop. Let me put that in a folder. Mark that that's done. Next up, NPC or creature. I think I'm gonna go with the creature, just because that is one of the easier artworks. So we have a very human skin tone face. And then like black hair. And there's a lot of fun things I can do here once I get to the paint over stage. Okay, I'm gonna do that. Let's see, I think I'm just gonna follow this quote-unquote line art a little bit. Oh. Okay, we've got some issues going on with the line art. Oop. Oop. I call this line art, but it's just a like slightly cleaned up sketch, but you know. I already have the close gap set to very high. I leave for 2 minutes. What is that? It is a... Let me look up the term that I was given. Oh shoot! Thank you for the follow, Etheria Mona. I hope you enjoy your time around here. We're mostly doing art, and hello. It is nice having you around, and I hope you have a good day. Copy, to answer your question, let me look up what the creature is called. In the adventure, it is just always referred to as a giant flying head, but it has a name in like I don't know which Native American tongue it is, but it's a spirit it is a spirit in like Native American mythology. Let's see. Let me go on Wikipedia real quick to figure out which type of like which it is said that it is a spirit from Wyandotte and God, I'm so sorry, I'm gonna be butchering this, but Iroquois mythology. But yeah, it is basically a cannibalistic creature that likes to do a little bit of a murder. And it is one of the like primary things the party will have to deal with in this adventure. Iroquois, okay. I am really bad at pronunciations, especially of things I don't know much about, or like I've never heard or seen pronounced. But thank you, I appreciate. Okay, I can speed this up a little bit. I don't need to be super perfect with how I color this in because I'm gonna be painting over it in the end. I'm trying to hype myself up and like kind of focus on not always being too what would you call it, too perfectionistic, too focused on all of the little details. Because it is so easy to get absorbed and just like, oh, I need to color this perfectly. No, you don't. Okay. But yes, Copy, I love all of the emotes you have access to. All of them very cute. You are much appreciated. Alright, I will erase the rest of that later. Okay, there we go. This, and then this, and we color this in. Okay, I like this one. He's just a parrot. A good friend, a buddy, a pal. Okay. At least this shows me where I need to fill the gap a little bit more. And then we go in and use one of our thinner brushes to draw in the hairline. Which I will definitely like revise and refine once I get around to the painting process, but you know, until then it gets to remain rough. Something like this. Okay. Eyebrows. I was told specifically like that I should really focus on the fact that all of its facial features are very defined and I don't want to say grotesque, but like, you know, have that kind of vibe of being just a little bit too detailed, just a little bit off, you know. I love this guy's little feet. Yeah, he has like talons. Uncanny, yes, that's the word. Iroquois and a few other tribes have spellings based on French, I think. When French were also trying to colonize over there. Yes, that's kind of what I was thinking because it looked very French. So I tried to put on a French pronunciation, but I feel like that would be wrong. So thank you. Your help is much appreciated. Okay, mouth. Comfy raid. Oh, hello. Thank you. Thank you for the raid, Comfy. It is much appreciated. We are, well, first of all, I'll introduce myself. I'm Motti. I am a moth VTuber and an artist. And today we are working on a adventure written by a Native American fellow. I don't know if they want their name dropped, hence why I'm kind of keeping it vague. But I have the honor to be drawing, you know, to be drawing the creatures and NPCs for this adventure. Oh, thank you for the follow, Dr. Fish. One thing you'll all learn about me, I'm really bad at pronouncing names and things. It's been going well so far. I am trying to finish 4 artworks today. Finished the first one already because this is a murder mystery, content warning, blood. But, where is it? Hatchet, which is one of the quote-unquote murder weapons. Then this one is what I'm, working on right now. Focused on, like, is one of the creatures slash big bads of the adventure. Then we've got an NPC who is the leader of the tribe this is happening to. And then the cover. So yeah, we still got a lot to do today. For a little bit of context, the art, like I'm being paid for, you know, this is a commission obviously, but this is being paid for by a charity called FIG, aka Foundation of Inclusivity in Gaming, or Foundation for. I always forget, but it is a charity based on, not based on, but meant to help Black, Indigenous, and people of color, and queer creators like myself to, you know, have some equal footing in the TTRPG space. So it opens up a lot of opportunities for people like me. And is meant to like kind of showcase what some minorities have, like, you know, the skills minorities have that might otherwise be undermined by, like, you know, the majority people. It's hard to phrase, but fairly new charity. They're currently in the process of you know, gaining the funding to pay artists like me for these artworks, for these adventures, as well as I am fairly certain they are currently in, like, dealing with all of the legal stuff to become, like, a fully, properly recognized charity. Since, you know, you have to go through some, like, legal hoops to fully be recognized and then, like, be able to get, like, grants from other places instead of just donations. But yeah. So far the people I've worked with have all been very nice to me. And working on these adventures has been a blast so far. This is the second one I'm doing. The first one was inspired on Indonesian mythology, which I can pull up the artworks I did for that later. But that one was really fun for me to work on. I got to like try out some different art styles and create like a more iconography esque cover, kind of like in the style of a mural of sorts. And that was very fun. And yeah, so I'm really excited to kind of see how these will develop in the future. Because like the other thing is I learn a lot about cultures I might not otherwise have learned about. And mythology is something that really interests me and is like one of my special interests. So just being able to learn more has been so fun. It has been so good. Maybe a little bit, not paler, but ashier, because this is like, apparently this flying head is like a cannibalistic creature, so since I'd assume it's undead, I'd have to look at its stat block again, but I kind of want the way I color this reflect that. But yeah, how are Comfy, how did your stream go? Sorry for like the long rambling, I am just very passionate about this. Yes, apparently it has like giant talons that can really hurt people, and this thing is like 12 feet long, I was told. The rambling was good, no need to apologize, thank you. I always want to make sure that, you know, people who raid me feel welcome, so I just want to check how you're doing, and I hope that your stream went well. And I hope that, you know, the rest of your day goes well and that you just have time to relax and vibe. Man, noses are so hard to draw. Go like that. I definitely will, at least until I have to leave in 20 minutes. That's fair. You go on to bed, or you just got other obligations? I never know what time zone people are in, so I always want to make sure that, like, I kind of, you know, ask obligations. Well, I hope that whatever you gotta do, that it, you know, isn't too stressful and that stuff goes well. Okay, that's a little bit too bright. There we go. It's a better shade. Oh, my time zone isn't relevant to my active periods, honestly. I'm all over the place, but mostly nocturnal. That's fair. That's fair. I tried to have a normal sleep schedule for, you know, people in my time zone, but all of my friends are Americans, so I just kind of started adjusting to their time zone. And it's all a mess, and yeah. I gotta say, I'm learning a lot about coloring from this, because Usually I don't use like big blocky shapes to color faces, but I think for this it feels more correct to do that. Okay, let's go with some more out there colors. I love your model, by the way. The hair feels really, really soft. Thank you! I made the model myself. It's like the 5th iteration of it. It took me a long time to get to the point where I am right now. And there's still a couple of things that are a little bit scuffed, but thank you, I really appreciate it. Honestly, like, the hair is what I spent the most time on. Everything else was kind of secondary because I was just like, no, I want the hair to be just right. Nothing else matters. Okay, I think if I just go in with a soft brush here, that might work better. Something like that, maybe? I understand that, yeah. Give me just a second as I... I need to Google something real quick. Also, I need to take a sippy, so give me a second as I do that. Okay, there we go. I just want to say, like, your model is so pretty. Before I forget to say it, because, like, I've seen you around here and there. I am just bad at interacting with people. That is all. But no, your model is so pretty. I love the purple hair. Did you, okay, let me check out your Twitter real quick, just because I am not me forgetting to follow people back, because I am so forgetful, but God. Oh, I see. I am just looking at the games you've been playing, and I see you've been playing Risk of Rain 2, and I'm like, yes, it's such a good game. I love it so much. Okay, let me just... I get distracted so easily by, like, other people's models and art, and it's like, everyone's so pretty. I am a gay mess, please. And I mean that in, like, the most friendly way. I'm just, like, such a sucker for character designs. I do draw from time to time, but I didn't draw my model. Yeah, I was about to ask, but then I saw the credits in your bio, and I'm like, ah, yes. But oh my god, your emotes are so cute. You should draw more often. You're really talented, and, like, not just talented, but, like, skilled. I don't just want to say that people are talented, because, like, there's more to art than just, like, having talent. A lot of it is hard work. But, like, your emotes are so pretty. Okay, let me just... I love your model, Moths are awesome. Thank you, Atharia. It is much appreciated. By the way, do any of you have nicknames you'd want to use? Or you'd want me to use? Just in case, since, you know, I know sometimes people don't want their entire usernames to be used when referring to them. Just a second. my OBS glitched out. I need to fix something real quick. Where is it? Where is it? Docs. Chat. There we go. There we go. Just Mona. Okay, okay, thank you. But thank you, Mona. It is much appreciated. I love moths. Moths are one of my, like, most favorite types of animals. And back when I first started out as a VTuber, there weren't that many moths around. So I was just like, hell yeah. And it's so nice seeing more. You're so fluffy. Exactly, exactly. I have a little model that I used for a very short time when I first got started. That was basically just like a little chibi moth. I also go by Ada Basilisk. I'm a comfy haunted doll. Yes, doll VTubers. Please, please, you give me serotonin. It's nice to see that there's, you know, a lot of comfy VTubers around. There's so many doll VTubers. There is, but also isn't, like, there's so many different flavors of dolls, so I think it's really cool that there's also a lot of flavors of, like, doll VTubers. Like, I've seen some people who are more like plushies, and then I've seen people who are more like the, you know, posable, like, you know, $300 dolls. Then I have seen some that are more like traditional, like spooky horror dolls. And it's so cool seeing how unique everyone is. I love it. Okay, there we go. And then I gotta draw in the burn mark. Or burn scar. I'm always amazed with how, like, how different everyone's designs are. Not just for, like, doll VTubers, but, like, in any given, like, quote-unquote category. I'm on Discord with like 14 other doll VTubers. We keep wanting to collab, although nothing particular has coalesced yet. Oh god, yeah, getting a collab going is so difficult. And yes, Mona, I did make my own model. I make all of my assets by myself. The only thing that I am not making by myself, that I am getting commissioned, is my BGM, which isn't done yet. I'm still talking with, like, the musician on figuring out what exactly we're gonna do for that, but yeah, I also once tried to get a collab between, like, a bunch of moth VTubers going, but it didn't happen. It was so difficult to schedule anything, especially with the many different time zones and, you know, people being busy, and it was just like, guess we just have this Discord now, and then people got busy and we didn't end up talking much, and it was just like, pain pecco. I do love moths too. Actually, I think I only know one other moth VTuber. Oh wow, it's very interesting because, like, depending on what kind of VTuber you are, you're kind of in different circles. Like, I know of at least like 10 others, of, like, you know, varying sizes. Some small like me, some being fairly popular, etc. And it's always really interesting when there's people who are like, oh, I've never heard of this person, when, you know, in your circle, this is like, you know, a super cool person that you'd really want to talk to and stuff. Mona's saying, wow, I'm trying to learn rigging, but it's so hard. Oh god, it is. Yeah, there's a reason. My model is a Vroid, so I didn't have to do any rigging. I just had to do the, like, you know, the modeling itself, which felt easier at the time. I am planning on doing some live 2D rigging streams at some point because I want to get better at that. And some of my friends are, you know, getting new live 2D models, and I'm like, hey, I can get at least a temporary rig for you going. Something like that. So maybe soon, once they get all of their arts done, I'll be able to do some rigging streams and learn a little bit on stream. I'm like very excited about that. I always like learning new things and trying new things. Hands you a sea slug. Ah, thank you. I will take your sea slug and cherish it. I put it in a terrarium or aquarium. It's an aquarium in English. Into an aquarium big enough for it so that it has lots of space and maybe a couple friends. Okay, there we go. This should be good enough for the burn scar so far. Hair. This is gonna be the... I don't want to say difficult part, but it's gonna be like more time consuming than the rest. Actually, maybe I'll finish up talons first. That should be faster. Okay, we're just gonna go about it something like this. Make him look weirdly fleshy. I think that would be creepy in just the right way. You know, kind of what you'd expect from like a murder mystery. I'm not usually one to draw much horror, but, you know, it's kind of nice to get a... oh god, my throat. To get out of my comfort zone every now and then. Alright, I need... I'm gonna go with, like, purple undertones here. Just to give it a little bit more of tone variation. These always look... my art always looks so... like, my coloring always looks very messy until all of a sudden it doesn't. It's really weird. Kind of wish I could... like... I want to do tutorials at some point, but with how much of my art is just like, haha. I cry and then things happen. It's really difficult to give any sort of, like, helpful advice. Don't mind me just double checking that I don't miss anything people are saying. Okay, there we go. Something like that, and then I can use some of these midtones to fill in here and there. Listen, when you do art for a really long time, it's just kind of like, yep. I just cry and then good things happen. I need a slightly lighter tone.
Press start to continue.
There we go. At least the good thing with this particular creature is that I can kind of be a little bit more messy. And that's exactly what's needed / wanted. Okay. Something like that. And then we're gonna... Okay. We're gonna start with the painting process. Or, as I like to call it, paint over. Just because, like, it does just take what I have already done and... Okay, here, basically. Merge all of this together. And then... paint over it this way. The most important thing here for this paint over will probably be the hair and, like, obviously the face in a way, but it's okay if the face is kinda a secondary thing as long as all of the features are still, like, very exaggerated and I don't know how to phrase it, just like very out there, very uncanny. There we go. I kind of wish I got to draw stuff like this more often, but on the other hand, I do like drawing very pretty things. I like drawing pretty boys and stuff, so... Well, that kind of flew by. I've got to head out. Have a wonderful day. Of course, Ada. I hope you have a good rest of your day and that, you know, everything goes well. Thank you for stopping by and thank you for the raid. I really appreciate you. Have fun. Oh, thank you for the Sippy Redeem V. How are you doing, V? Nice having you around. Nice seeing you in chat. I'm good. How about you? I'm doing good. I'm a little bit sleepy, but that's just because I took a nap right before stream. And I had like, you know when you nap and you just have like the weirdest dream? And so you kind of wake up somewhat tired, but not really. But otherwise I am doing great. And it's nice. I'm really glad to hear that you're doing good. I'm gonna be lurking for a while. How long do you usually stream for? It depends. Usually I stream for about 2 to 3 hours. And we're about an hour in, but today I am planning to stream for as long as it takes for me to finish this artwork, and the cover. So this is probably gonna be a longer stream. So, you know, I'm just glad that you're you know, sticking around and lurking. It is much appreciated. But probably by the time you get back, we'll still be going, hopefully. I might at most like take a little break in between so I can just like, you know, get up, walk around a little bit, stretch my legs. Do some like wrist exercises to make sure that my wrists don't get like all messed up, but yeah. I hope you have a great stream. Thank you, Mona. Thank you for stopping by and thank you for lurking. I very much appreciate you. Thank you. The face looks mostly okay, so I can now go back to figuring out this hair. Okay. I got this. I'm kind of glad I'm, like, as an artist, that I'm fairly fast when it comes to my art, because if I took any longer on things than I do, I would get, I'd probably, like, get bored of it, which is never a good thing. Because, like, the second you get bored of what you're working on, it's just kind of like, you have to just kind of pray that you can make it through it, like, you know, through to finishing the art by the time it gets too bad. Hello, Reiji! Hello! I'm glad to see you around. How are you doing? I'm just out here drawing art for a murder mystery. But it's nice seeing you around. It's been a while. How have you been? Yeah, I'm doing good, thanks. Just working on some art myself. Oh, nice! What you working on? If I may ask, that is. Also, I hope I can provide some, like, neat background vibes and music and just, like, you know, background entertainment for whilst you're working on your own stuff. Me too. I've been a while. Art's looking great, by the way. Thank you! Kinda going out of my comfort zone with this one for, like, commission work. Just some Dragon Ball fan art. Oh, hell yeah! I always love seeing your fan art. It looks so good. Because, like, you always manage to match the vibes of, like, whatever show you're making fan art for really well. And then in turn, it's like, you know, it really encapsulates the vibes of your own stuff really well too when you just draw art for yourself. Okay. Getting there, getting there. Thanks, means a lot, of course. As someone, like, back in the day, I used to do a lot of fan art, and so, like, I know how much, you know, an artist puts into the works of things they really like and enjoy. I'm kind of sad I don't really do fan art anymore, but I haven't really had anything that, like, gripped my attention. Aside from, like, you know, Pokemon and the usual stuff. Like the, you know, nope. Don't mind my tracking breaking once again. And like, you know, the very standard fandoms. Alrighty. Let's see, how's my playlist coming along? I'll just loop this thing. There we go. But yes, I am praying that today I will be productive and that I can actually achieve my goal of finishing all of these artworks I've set myself out to work on today. Because as soon as I'm done with this project, I kind of have some time to work on my own things. And I want to finish up some, what's it called? Some like graphic design things. I feel like I'm the opposite. I can only do fan art, but when it comes to original works, I still have a long way to go. That's fair. For me, it's really the opposite. It is so easy for me to just like, you know, doodle an original character or something like that. But then as soon as I want to do fan art, I kind of get stuck in like trying to evoke the feeling of like whatever show I'm trying to do fan art for. Like for example, with like stuff like My Hero Aka, I kind of get stuck on things like the art style. I want to really capture the vibe the anime gives, and I really struggle with that. And so it's always really impressive to me when people can just like capture the vibe of a show so easily. And it's like such a huge inspiration to see others like just be able to do that, you know? I gotta fix the contrast and stuff on this a little bit. Just a second as I very briefly color adjust this. Okay, there we go. Yeah, definitely, yeah. Alrighty, I can probably... Okay, just real quick. Just gonna go in and fix up some of this line work. And by that I mean just like add a little bit more back in now that it got covered up by the coloring. Alrighty, something like that should be fine. I'll make sure to ask the writer for feedback. Okay, next one. NPC. Freebie man. Okay, this is the eyes. Okay, I gotta put the background elements in a different layer because I don't need those in here right now. Alrighty. Oh, Working on any personal art behind commissions at the moment too, or mainly comms focus? Kinda a bit of both. I recently finished a new overlay for myself for just chatting stuff. So I've been kinda working on that, but it's basically the way I approach things is I try to get commissions out of the way, which this is the last one I currently have to work on, like this file in particular. And then after that, I have a little bit of time to work on some personal things. I want to do some graphic design things. Basically updating my buttons on my Twitch page and stuff like that. And I want to draw a proper starting and end screen with maybe a little bit of animation or something. But yeah, that's gonna wait until I'm done with commissions though. Also, hello Cole. Ayo. Nice seeing you around. Just kinda because you're joining in late. We're like an hour and a half in and we finished 2 out of 4 artworks. We just finished up, okay, here. I need to name these folders. NPC. And this is hatchet. This should be the hatchet that's done. So you finish this one. Hatchet done. Then flying head sketch. Flying head. And then this is the one that's done. Flying head done. Cover. Okay, there we go. Let me know. Yes. Congrats on getting off work. Why are you ready to suffer? Are you going back to Elden Ring? Is that what's happening? Oh no, please. Please don't die. At least do it, you know, outside. Please not on my floor. Okay, I guess. Damn, what about common courtesy? Sheesh. But still, I'm glad you managed to make it for your workday. I'm proud of you. And I mean that in a genuine way, even though it may have sounded a little bit condescending there. But what you're planning on doing once you get home? Like, I'm assuming more Elden Ring, but like, you know, well, considering I'm home. Oh, listen, man, I am tired. Usually you like, you know, jump into chat whilst you are on your way home. So I'm just kind of like suffering. Because it's like 1 second you're there, then the next second you aren't. I was reading grimdark anime. Oh, hell yeah. Well done. I think once I'm done with stream, I'll probably go watch some anime. I haven't watched anime in so long and I'm like, yes, please, please, I need the serotonin that is anime. Okay. Alrighty, color that in. Push the color just a little bit more. It's a little bit too ashy. There we go. Wow, Nightbot, chill. Nightbot really out here doing full-on advertising for everything at all times, huh? Okay, let me just have a sippy real quick, though. This is also a reminder for everyone in chat to make sure to drink some water and to, you know, especially if you're drawing, to stretch your arms and legs. And like, especially if you're drawing, to like, you know, do some wrist exercises. You don't want to get carpal tunnel or arthritis or something like that. So, I have an energy. Does that count? Energy drink. You're on thin fucking ice, but sure, it does count. Today only, though. Dude, I gotta say, I'm so excited to color this very pretty man. Okay, he'll get dark brown hair. Maybe not that dark. There we go. Honestly, like, my favorite thing of doing tabletop RPG work is honestly the fact that I basically get paid to come up and draw pretty people. At least, like, most of the time, that is. And I get to, like, draw, like, unconventionally pretty people. Instead of just people who are conventionally attractive. I'd like to commission something hideous. Thanks. I mean, I can do that. We all know I can do that if I really wanted to, but it's just like, for B-men, please, I want to kiss you. Like the gay disaster that I am. Okay, his eyebrows are next. Also, I'm trying to, like, get slightly better at real-life makeup so that I can be better at drawing. It's like one of those things where it's like, man, if I knew how to do makeup, I would know how to properly accentuate certain features on the characters that I draw. But the makeup is difficult. Also, it's expensive, so I'm just like suffering. Smart. Yeah, it's... Oh, come on, tracking. There we go. It's something that, like, I don't tend to watch a lot of, like, beauty VTubers or like, YouTubers. Not VTubers, God. Beauty YouTubers and stuff like that, because it's not quite what I'm interested in. But it's something I've seen some artists do that I watch, and I was like, oh, that's some big brain. Alrighty. This is good enough for the sketch. Or like flat coloring, I suppose. Alrighty, time to suffer as I don't know how shading works. I think what would help in this case, I just go like that and I then put in the like highlighted areas. Obviously it's not a perfect method, because I am still struggling, but gets me a bit closer to my like desired result. Gotta make sure that this stays. Okay, and then we... would help if I actually drew the shadow in the right direction. Okay, this is supposed to be in shadow, and then this is supposed to not be, kinda. I've learned that as long as it comes to like painting, I can be as messy as I want because it'll look okay in the end, and that's all I care about right now. Okay, there we go. Let's see. We want some... I think we want some more orange undertones. I don't usually draw people... Like, I have an easier time drawing people with, like, blue undertones as opposed to, like, green yellowish undertones. But I want to, like, try and get better at that. As long as you see the picture, you've done your job. That's what I say. You know, that's fair. Oop. Please, model. There we go. There's like a lot of things that I know I want to improve on, and that, like, skills I want to expand on. But I don't really often get the chance to. Especially because, like, as an artist, I do want to avoid harmful stereotypings, especially when it comes to, like, drawing people. Okay. That's... maybe something like that will help. Okay. There are some artists I see who can, like, draw really beautiful portraits, and I need to, like, study their works a little bit more. Yeah, working on your weaknesses as an artist is good, but very challenging sometimes, yes. I've come to notice that for me it's easier to work on my weaknesses if it is done for, like, a commission or something. I like when commissions and stuff kind of challenge me and pull me a little bit out of my comfort zone. It's always really rewarding when it then turns out good, because, like, the thing with commissions is you have this pressure of delivering something that's good. So you have to really push yourself to, you know, create something out of your comfort zone but still deliver a good product. which obviously can be super challenging, but it's really, really rewarding when when it does work out and like you create something that you and the client are happy with. I haven't done many commissions, but yeah, I imagine being in that position would force you to get better and you'd improve a lot in the long run, but stepping aside what you used to, I assume there's gonna be like a little bit of a second part of a message, but yeah. What I've learned is that when I draw for myself, I definitely draw a lot of like indulgent art. Lots of stuff that's like very much in my comfort zone. I think the most I do go out of my comfort zone when it comes to like my own art is when I create artwork that's specifically done with the intended purpose of being experimental. Which, admittedly, doesn't happen that often, actually. But yeah, commissions have helped me a lot in the long run in improving my art. Obviously, like, people would commission me mostly for like my own, what's it called, like my own style and like stuff that is in my comfort zone. But there's been a lot of projects where I was kind of like allowed free reign, which is where I would experiment, because I would still be allowed to like fall back onto my comfort zone if I needed to. But I was also like allowed to explore outside of that. And so, yes. Yes. The few other times I do get pushed out of my comfort zone is if people make characters that I just fall in love with and I'm like, haha, I guess I learn how to draw you now. Like, literally, an NPC in Cole's campaign that, my character, like, D&D campaign that my character fell in love with. Literally, I was like, haha, guess I'll learn how to draw muscles now. How to draw, like, muscular guys. And I am looking back at that fondly and with appreciation. Because holy shit, my art improved so much that one year. Yeah, dude, yeah, it was a wild year for my art. Okay. Don't mind me suffering through this stage of the artwork, which is like... It's like right in that spot where like things look kind of wonky, but not quite. maybe this brush will be better for that. I still remember when you pumped out 6 portraits in a single day. It was a single evening. But yeah. Dude, that will never happen again. I will never be that powerful again, and it makes me sad. Gonna soften up some of these features a little bit. Okay. Chest hair. Going to lurk a little as I finish some touches. Lurk for a bit as I finish some touch. But your art is looking great. Thank you. Or coming along great. Thank you. It is much appreciated. I appreciate you just lurking and sticking around. I hope that your art is going well. And I just appreciate you a lot. Okay, autocorrect really throwing me for a loop. It's okay. I got the gist of your message. You are a-okay, my guy. Just take it easy, okay? Oof, I hate being sick. Hello, Koishi. I hope that you're getting better soon. I hope it's just a cold and nothing like, you know, serious. But thank you for like coming to stop on by and for just like hanging out. I hope that I'll be able to give you some entertainment whilst you're you know, whilst you're recovering and stuff. Make sure you drink lots of water and just like take it easy, okay? But aside from being sick, how are you doing? Alrighty, I gotta I gotta add some like patterns to this, I think. Maybe some like orange embroidery or something. This man does not know how to properly dress, but that is okay. I'm alright. My mom just got me a frozen hot chocolate. Also with my sore throat. Aw, I'm glad. I'm glad your mom's taking care of you. You deserve that. Just be sure to take it as easy as you can, okay? Being sick really sucks, so like, just preserve your energy and you got this. And enjoy that like frozen hot chocky, okay? Hair. This man's so pretty. Him. Whew. I will just stretch real quick. Oh. Birchie. Oh, my back. Oh. Don't mind me as I take a really short break to just kind of like stretch real quick and, you know, chill. I think I'll actually like real quickly go AFK and just like you know, go to the washroom, grab something, grab more water, stuff like that. So I will be right back. Okay. Okay. Unless I return. Let's see. Okay. There we go. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I can power through this. I got this. Okay. Let me just make a thing to show that we're still going. Quote tweet. We're still going strong. Strong. There we go. Ooh. OBS, come on. You got this. There we go. There we go. There we go. Still, I am very happy with the amount of progress I've been making today. I guess sometimes it's really just as easy as like, okay, I'm gonna sit down and I'll finish 4 artworks. And then, you know, 2 hours later, you have 2.5 artworks done. Obviously, like, I already had the, like, refined sketches done. So, like, I did that last night. And that definitely, like, took a lot of work off of me. But, you know, we take what we can get. I kind of want to have streams be, okay, sorry, trying to figure out how to... Okay, there we go. How to reset my model so it doesn't, like, clip too badly. But, God, where was I? Sometimes you just gotta make sure that what you're drawing on stream is actually interesting. And I've come to realize that, at least for me, as a, like, I watch art YouTubers and stuff, I always really enjoy watching other people's coloring process. So that's what I try to focus on during streams. Just because I think that is one of the more interesting things to watch, as opposed to, like, you know, spending an hour watching someone do some line art, which obviously still can be interesting, but it's, in my opinion, not quite as interesting as watching someone color. So I want to provide that experience to people. Also, I just really enjoy coloring. It is something that I can easily talk about whilst streaming as well. Just because it's, like, weirdly enough, one of my special interests of sorts. I'd like to think I know a lot about color theory and, you know, how to make colors look good together. I still obviously have a lot to learn, but, you know, from a starting point, or like a general perspective, I'm good enough at coloring that I can confidently talk about what I'm doing. Like, one thing I like doing when it comes to kind of like messy and, this isn't quite curly hair, but, wavy hair like this, is I do really like to just have really short strokes and really lean into the fact that this is like a very, very wavy, almost curly hair. So by having really short strokes, it allows me to show the texture a little bit more. Whereas with someone with like, who would have like long straight hair, you'd, you know, also have a lot of long straight strokes because that's what shows the hair texture best. One thing I have noticed though, whilst I was away and now, you know, look back on the artwork, it definitely is lacking a little bit of contrast. I'm gonna be fixing that in a bit. First of all, I'm gonna be adding some like very light, you know, specks and strands of hair here and there. Just to already add a little bit of contrast that way, but Clip Studio has a lot of really helpful like layer options, and that's usually what I go with when it comes to fixing things. First of all, gonna get started on the painting stage. Gonna do this first, and then as I've come to realize, I never actually colored in the eyes properly, so I'm gonna do that real quick. The face is a little bit off and wonky, but that's okay. I can fix that later. Okay. I know how to proceed from here. We're just gonna correction layer, tone curve, which you can't see when the like little sub windows open. I wish there was a way for me to capture those, but there isn't. So we're just gonna put a little bit more contrast in. Take out some of that red. Put in some more green undertones. And then we wanna... actually, I do want the hair to have some blue undertones, but I don't want the skin to have that many blue undertones. There we go. It's a very subtle change, but I think it definitely becomes more obvious when you toggle the layer on and off. So next up, we're gonna do the paint over. Oop. Erase this. And then we're gonna get started on the face because that is the most important thing, and then everything else comes after that. Come on, tracking. Ah. Okay. I'm a big fan of just kind of like keeping the coloring quite simple. Especially when it comes to artworks like these. It's really easy to like over-process them. But no, you just want to focus on what's important. And that's basically the eyes. And not much else, honestly. I do tend to make sure that like the nose and like, you know, the face as a whole still looks good. But overall, I tend to mostly focus on like the eyes and eyebrows and stuff like that. Let's see. Just gonna give this man a somewhat smug expression. Not quite, but like it should be confident, you know? Because he is, according to the document I was given, a fairly confident leader. So that's kind of what I want to focus on. Okay, gotta draw the beard. Quite happy with how progress is coming along on this. I had considered giving him eyelashes in one of the drafts, but it didn't look as good after I've drawn them. So we're just gonna go ahead without them. Alrighty. Next up, shading underneath the chin. Whew. I just want to say, I think I would kill for this man. Which is probably quite obvious with how much effort I'm putting into him. But also, gotta say, I think there are a couple things that look a little bit weird. Like, I could probably move his chest a little bit higher up, like he's a little bit too slouched and long. But honestly, some people are just a little bit longer than others, and that's okay. I will, however, fix the collarbone and just kinda like move stuff up a little bit. It's always easier to do that in like during the paint over. Because it allows you to just kind of like, I don't know, it's just easier to fix things when you can just like paint over them over and over. You'd think it'd be easier to fix this kind of stuff when you're just doing the standard coloring, but because you have to like, you'd have to like fix the coloring and then the line art, and it's just so many steps, whereas here I can just kind of do it all in one step. I'm not even gonna go like too detailed on any of this, since, you know, it is just a portrait. So I can just kind of go like this And it'll still be like very recognizable and readable as like, oh yeah, that's where the shoulder is. That's where like the shirt starts. It's really like what I've noticed with painting. It's just that less is more. Less really is more in a lot of cases. So, oh my god. Okay. I need to... So today, I guess my webcam is being a little bit funky. So I gotta actually have proper posture. Or else it'll like lose tracking. Which, you know, is fine because it forces me to have proper posture. But on the other hand, please, I'd like to slouch every now and then. I'd like to lean in and see some details every now and then. Whew. So we're making good progress. Drawing the collarbone in. And then I'm gonna just like give him a second necklace. Maybe even something like that, and then we gotta add like a little bit of a shadow underneath. There we go. Then this necklace over here, which I'm definitely like being very bold with in terms of colors. Because it's like mostly black, but it has like this red coppery undertone. Okay, next up, ear. It's definitely one of those things I didn't really focus on whilst I was doing the base coloring. But the good thing is with ears, depending on how you draw hair, you just kind of like hide a lot of it. And definitely with how I draw hair, it like, when I paint over it, it often becomes a lot more messy. In like a good way, which, especially for like this hairstyle, is what's desired. It's gonna have a couple baby hairs. There we go. I definitely want to do a lot more practice with different sort of like hair textures. And I think this is a really good start. Okay, and now I think I'm gonna use one of the lighter colors to just add a little bit more texture in. It's rare for these playlists to have songs with like vocals. That kind of like surprised me for a second. Okay. And then just adding a little bit more texture. Technically, we shouldn't be seeing this eyebrow, so Dude, this man's so pretty. I will have to fix a couple things with the liquefy tool, however. This is too big. This is too small. And then... Okay. Before I fix, quote-unquote, fix any more stuff, I should probably copy-paste this so I can have a before and after. Move that up a little bit. Okay, yeah, this is a little bit better. Not perfect still, but better. And then in the background, oh my god, my posture. Give me a second. Okay. Let me actually move my tablet over a little bit more so I'm more in view. Okay. I was gonna add something in the background, maybe like some leaves. Like some fern or something. Maybe I'll use a brush for that. Just gonna play around with some of these brushes that I have. Just because, like, man, I'm not feeling in the mood for, what you call it? For, like, painting foliage and stuff. So we're just gonna keep stuff simple. Maybe, let's see. Flowers. Okay. I will use these instead. I am struggling. With making this look good. Because I want to make sure that I don't cut anything off on the sides. So we're just gonna make you a little bit smaller, sir. That goes over here. And then just something like that, maybe. I'm gonna move Convert brightness. Gonna grab a really nice shade. Oop. Whew. Yeah, some dark blue, and then we're gonna do this. And fill it with like maybe yellow. Okay. A thought occurs. I thought it will make my life much easier. Do this, and then we'll just grab this. And then correction, I just line with. You want to narrow it a little bit. And then correction, adjust line width. And we want to make this thicker. Alrighty. And then I can do some funky things with the colors here. Like, I think this would look cool. And then inside here, maybe something slightly darker. Oh, thought occurs. This is gonna be a reference layer, and then we do not cross lines of said reference layer. And then we can just kinda, you'll see how this is gonna work. I'm gonna do that, and then we're gonna grab our soft airbrush, and it will now be very particular about where it deposits color. Which is in the end gonna add like a really cool effect. I love using that for certain types of like backgrounds like this. So like this. And then if we take away the line work, it'll have this really cool effect. Just gotta make sure that I add a little bit more variation in these colors. So that it's like more obvious when I remove that layer. And then I can hue shift this a little bit, probably towards like more like this. I think that'll look cool. But to make sure that actually looks good, I'm just gonna throw these two in here. Correction layer, tone curve. I'm just gonna play around with the color balance a little bit. Okay, something like that. I really like how this turned out. And PC done. And last but not least, the cover. Whew, 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 whew. Okay. Last one. The cover, which is going to be kind of the hardest one, because I already did start a lot of this on one layer. But so far, we've made some amazing progress. In 2.5 hours, we have finished 1, 2, 3 artworks. I feel like for the flying head, I need to adjust the color bands a little bit more still. I don't think it needs as many blue undertones as I gave it. Okay, something like that. Okay, and the cover. Alrighty, we can just... Boy, do I have a lot of layers going on here. This is a correction layer. This is stars. What's this? What is on this layer? Nothing. Okay. Don't mind me as I... Okay, that's all that. That's that. I'm gonna get rid of that. Okay, I think we're gonna go straight into the painting process with this one. First though. Gotta make sure that I actually... Oh my god. Gotta make sure that I actually do this properly. I ended up being like really messy with this. So I want to fix that real quick. Before I go like any further. Ah, I don't think that's supposed to be on that layer. No? Yes? Where are the mountains? Ah, okay. I see. Mountains. Just gotta fix those. Okay. I think I can put all of this on one layer. It'll be fine. I swear, it'll be fine. Okay. We'll start down at the bottom. I'll worry about the sky later. Just gonna like go in and fix up some of these like fairly sketchy bits. Especially like in the shading down here. Why must my camera make me suffer so much today? I'm barely moving, please. But... Okay. Getting there. Let me just check something real quick. I'll turn that off. Okay. Just gonna... go in here and fix some of this shading. It is really difficult to draw backgrounds, I think. But we're gonna try our best here. Gonna just... redo the blood splatters a little bit. Have them be a little bit more subtle. And not like, you know, someone spilled an entire... what would you call it? An entire bottle of ketchup. Okay, going into the background. I think it would make sense if I worked from the back to the front, but I don't know. No rules. Actually, I will work from the back to the front. I should heed my own advice. Because, like, that way, if I mess something up, I can just kind of, like, paint over it as I get more towards the front of the artwork. Like, that'll be especially important for, like, the trees and mountains and stuff. I kind of wish I had one of those, like, fancy brushes that Bob Ross uses that makes painting trees really, really easy. Like, I guess I could probably check the Clip Studio assets, see if there's something that can does that. But I don't know, man. Let's see, maybe for now this will be good enough. Nope, that is... maybe this will be enough. I don't like the way that looks, but maybe it'll... At least I can use that to soften these sections a little bit. Alrighty. Whew. This is gonna be the home stretch in terms of, you know, this stream. As soon as I'm done with this background, I'm probably gonna call it. You know, it's still gonna be about an hour, a rough estimate, before I'm done with this background, but just thought I'd like give a heads up. And we're gonna actually see if we can raid someone, since I don't really do that often. Usually no one's online that I would have on my raid list, which is the main issue, but you know, maybe we're lucky today. Thank you for a wonderful stream. Yeah, of course. Obviously, like, we're still gonna be going for like another hour or so, but making progress. This one is gonna like this part is gonna be mostly cleanup because I did do a lot of coloring work for this yesterday. Considering that like I was just like suffering. And I was like, okay, I need to do something. And when I say I was suffering, it's more like a haha funny joke sort of deal. Okay. I just like, with big artworks like these, I get kind of caught up in some of the minutia and some of the like really small details. Instead of like focusing on what's important. And I do want to avoid that. I want to get better at that and kind of avoid getting like super caught up in unimportant details. I kind of wonder, I downloaded a really cool, like, some really cool brushes yesterday for drawing clouds, but I wonder if I can use those for trees. Just to add, like, a little bit of, like, tree texture to this. It does work, and I am very happy about that. Oh god, this is gonna make my life so much nicer. Maybe if I do something like this, this will be better. Okay. Trying to figure out how to best go about using these brushes. Because like you have to, there's this very fine line between like going too hard, too far overboard. But I think this looks good. This is coming along nicely. I also had another brush that I would use. Water surface, that's the one that I'm thinking of. Okay, I think if I stick with a combination of those two, I'll be good. That means I can focus on things that aren't trees first. Like, for example, these rock faces. There's a lot going on here that kind of makes it a little bit difficult to see what is actually happening, but that's fine. I'm kind of glad that I can be really rough with the coloring on this, because a lot of the shapes and such are implied. So I can kind of go about it like this. And then something like that. I should properly save my file. Oh boy, I just realized I haven't saved it in a really long time. Okay, there we go. Crisis averted, guys. Because I could tell that, like, my art program was freezing up for a second. I'm like, ugh, fear. I think, like, losing 3 hours of work would be devastating to me right about now. So I'm kind of glad that Clip Studio does occasionally, like, somewhat remind me to save. And if you're drawing or, like, doing any work right now, take this as a reminder to save your file. You'll never know when the program decides to be mean. Okay, going back to the trees. Just something really rough like this. Maybe over here. Focusing on this one for a bit. Oh. I really have a habit of like leaning in a little bit too close to my art tablet. Maybe it's because my eyes are getting worse again, but it's why my camera freaks out every now and then. Okay, there we go. I am getting better at just suggesting shapes instead of fully focusing on how to draw them. Which for backgrounds, honestly, like, is kind of what you're supposed to do. You're just supposed to like suggest shapes instead of like spending hours upon hours drawing every single pine needle and stuff, you know? Like, that's just a waste of your own time. As like an artist, I think. But like learning how to simplify especially in backgrounds and stuff, is super difficult. Because you still want to get enough like detail work in, but you don't want to, you know, you don't want to simplify too much, but you want to simplify enough that it's not painful. If any of that makes sense. Okay, there we go. And then add some more detail to this tree in the front here. I definitely need to go in a bit and like add more details with that one brush I used for the trees in the far distance. Okay. Okay. Can I use this brush? Actually, we're gonna use the other one. Where is it? There you are. Slightly bigger. I should probably make this as dark as I can to really push those colors. It's kind of weird how well this works. It both works well and not well. It's kind of weird. So I'm just gonna go over it like this. The trees down here don't really matter. I kind of wish it, how do I phrase this? I kind of wish it would follow the line of the way I draw a little bit more. Like, I wish it would follow the shape of my pen and my pen strokes a little bit more, but that's fine. This just means I'll probably have to like sit down and make a custom brush at some point. Okay, something like that. And then we can add just a little bit of this to the bushes. Hello! Good morning, Kumo! Good morning! We have gotten a lot of progress done today. This is actually the last piece we gotta finish. Hello, hello! Wait, how are you doing? How's the day treating you so far? Or, well, how's your morning treating you so far? Okay, I think I'm gonna add some, like, clouds up here.
Press start to continue.
CPR. I guess that's fair. You did just wake up, so you get to be CP as a treat. Still, I'm glad to hear that you're doing okay. I hope your sleep went well. Dude, this cloud brush is my favorite brush. I am so glad I found this yesterday. I can probably add just a little bit of like fog to the top of this mountain. Maybe. It's like a little bit like that. And then we can probably also add a little bit of fog down here on the ground. Okay. Is it safe to not literally die from my cold now? Please don't. Even, I don't think it'll ever be safe. But, you know, just know we're all here to support you and we all care you a lot. Okay, only gotta... I basically only gotta finish up refining this longhouse. And then I gotta just do some color correction and the cover would be done. Okay. Oh my god, my model died again. Pain Pecco. Maybe it's because it's getting dark in my room. Maybe turning on the light will fix my model glitching out, but I think I'm going to get more rest. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Of course! I hope you rest well, sleep well, take it easy. And make sure you have some soup and stuff, okay? Thank you for coming and stopping by. I really appreciate you. It feels really good to be in like the home stretch of these illustrations. But yeah. Oh, Sippy. Yes, thank you, Kumo. I will Sippy in just a second. Let me just finish the, like, scaffolding and, like, the front here. Okay. I will sip you in just a second. Okay, now we sip you. Okay. I'm also gonna fucking relax my wrist for a second. In the meantime, I'll show you the progress so far, Kumo. So, obviously, we've got the cover, which went from this to this so far. And then, we finished the flying head. We finished this hatchet. And we finished the NPC man, who very pretty. Love him. So yeah, this stream has been very productive. Like, holy shit. But okay, give me just a second to like stretch my wrist. And to like also kinda catch up on messages. Okay. Spooky is very spooky. To be fair, this is for a murder mystery. So, you know. But I am so happy with how this is coming along. Okay. Gonna just push through. This is like the last bit, the last home stretch. I got this. Oh, come on. My clip studio just kind of froze up for a second. Okay, I'm just gonna properly paint over all of the scaffolding. Because what I've noticed is it's so much easier for me, at least with certain things, to like just like do this. Essentially like draw with a darker color first and then go over it with a lighter tone. To kind of like fill it in. And then we're gonna fix up some of these kind of scuffed looking bits. Technically there should be shading underneath all of this scaffolding, but boy do I not have the energy for that. And considering I don't quite get paid by the hour for this, I am really living on the philosophy like less is more. So this looks pretty decent. Not perfect by any means, but like decent. And then we're gonna add all of the effects on top. Let's see. There we go. I think that looks pretty neat, This looks pretty cool. Kind of sad that because of where I put the text, you can't really see the blood. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do here, I will merge these three together. And then we're gonna do some like slight variations. So basically I have this one that I'm gonna move a little bit further up, so that we have more space at the bottom here. And then I'm gonna just I'm going to basically just fill this in with like coloring like so. Maybe add the hints of another tree over here. So like something like that. And maybe a bush or something of that kind, of that sort. Gotta say, this brush is absolutely saving me right about now. Because, like, bushes are just clouds, but on the ground, on the floor. Okay, something like that, maybe, and then adventure title. That should frame it a little bit better, maybe. Just gonna... Not happy with how that looks. Because it's like kind of lacking some depth. Also, thank you, Kumo. Your encouragement is much appreciated. I do want to add some like dark tones down here though, kind of like a vignette, but with trees essentially, or something. Maybe this works. And then I can move the title up just a little bit. Okay. So it's either like that, so let's make a folder for this. Version 1. And then we've got version 2. Well, maybe the title goes up here actually. Okay. I think I would call that done. me just wait for it to save. Oh boy, my art program just froze. Okay, okay, there we go. Sheesh. I think this has a little bit better, what you call it? A little bit more of like a better framing. Yeah, I like this one more, but whew, I think I will call this done here. We've streamed for a little over 3 hours, and I think we made great progress. Literally finished an entire project today. So I'm gonna be sending that off to the writer, get their input. And yeah. Thank you everyone who stopped by, and we're gonna, real quick, find someone to raid. Maybe. Okay. Jesus Christ, every single channel I follow is offline. So, guess we're not raiding anyone. So, I will just say, thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate you all. And I suppose I'll see you around next time. Thank you for stopping by, thank you for the raids, and yeah. Have a lovely day, have a lovely evening, and goodbye!